Welcome to today's stream. Just getting set up on the Twitch side. I gotta get it up on the iPad. It would be nice if I could like see my stream. Let me see if I can drop a stream marker. Nope, of course not. All right. Cool. All right, so yeah, welcome to today's stream. Today is what, Sunday, June 4th, and yeah, I'm gonna play around with some Xcode stuff. I guess, at least that's what I'm saying. Who knows? If people start chatting and talking about other stuff, I will quickly and happily switch over to doing something else. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll share my screen, and let's also put on some other music. All right. So I've actually been learning Swift and Swift UI and Xcode and like all the iOS things, mainly because I'm building a code sample. At least I built a code sample, and I kind of want to walk through that because I want to create a video on how to do this. It's not as straightforward as like one would hope. Some of this stuff I'm going to be able to show, some of it I won't. And the parts that I can't show, I will try to leave you with a doc that will walk you through the process and all that other kind of good stuff. So yeah, I guess what we could do is start out with a blank Xcode project. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Interesting. This is my project that I've already built. So I guess I'll rebuild this. Let me move this to another screen. And I also want to create a new project. Window, maybe. I need to create a new project, but there's this screen that I'm looking for, the splash screen. Never mind, I found it. Welcome. Yeah. So this is what most people would see if they are going to start a new project. So I want to start off here, and I may move through this relatively slow because I'm also having side conversations. Also, I have plenty of time. I have until about 2:30. Oh, let me also get some other things set up. So, you should be able to see my screen. To probably close my email. I don't want to show that. Okay, let's create a new Xcode project. This is going to be an app for iOS. Go ahead and click next. Oh shit. All right, so dang. this may go slow for other reasons. I was trying to get set up with a Apple developer account, and I can't. I don't know why. Let's try to do that. Let's try to do that now instead of. Let's go to my iPad right quick. All right, so now we're on my iPad, and where's the developer thing? Let me put the mouse down here. Interesting. Okay. My mouse isn't connected to my iPad anymore. All right, well, that's fine. Developer. Wait, what? That was my Apple ID. What? Okay. All right, so damn it, this is already starting off on the wrong foot. I can't set up an Apple ID. That's interesting. Maybe I can just pay under my personal one, even though that's not the one that I want to pay under. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now. That's for a reason. Let's go to WWDC, and we'll go back to here and get my password. It's not my password. Oh, okay. Maybe that's not my password. Complete your purchase. I mean, shit, I've tried to complete this like 3 or 4 times, and each time it's like, no, screw you, you can't do it. Let's eat. And by checking this box, clicking, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Purchase. Want to sign in? Yeah. I'll use my watch. Okay. Yeah, let's just use the save card. Okay, all right, so I'm all set up. Also, it looks like I'm gonna have a guest today, so I need to do something right quick. Let's turn on interview mode, and it's like I only have 13 hours left. That's crazy. All right. All right, so I have someone joining me fairly soon, and I need to figure out why this is a personal team, because it's not a personal team. This is just gonna be, I don't know, I suppose we can call it, I don't know, Devlog. We'll call it Devlog. Devlog. Stuff. We'll just call it Devlog. And I do want this to be Swift UI, and I want the language to be Swift. And actually, what I could do is walk through creating an identifier. technically I don't have to do this because I think Xcode will do that for me automatically. Let's go to my account and I'll just show where you can do that. Man, I had to log in again. My God, what the I was just, man, Apple is kind of trash when it comes to a lot of things, especially their services. It's just not great. And it's telling me to complete the purchase. Like, I just paid them money. Like, what the fuck? Oh, pending. Okay. All right. Fine. Your purchase may take up to 48 hours to process. Come on. All right. Fuck. So oh my God, I don't even know what to say at this point. Shame on Apple. Bad Apple. That's what this is. What in the fuck? I'm gonna just keep refreshing and hope that it magically processes, or maybe there's an email that I got that I had to like confirm something with. Hopefully there's something. Oh, okay. It did come to the right email address. That's good. No, it didn't. It went to William Shepard. Damn it. Okay, so Apple makes this really hard. Like, this is supposed to be under my company, but like it's under mine, and that's wrong. It shouldn't be under mine. Oh, there we are. All right, finally. It finally processed. My gosh. Okay. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to show what I had intended to show. All right, so let's play around. So if you want to create an identifier, a bundle identifier for your iOS app, you can do it in one of two ways. You can like just have Xcode create it for you, or you can come into your certificates, identifiers, and profiles page, and okay, interesting. All right. Anyway, so here's the thing that I want to select. I want to have app ID. So it says register. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Can I not do that? Okay. So registered an app ID to enable your app extensions, or app clip to access available services, and identify your app in a provisioning profile. You can enable this app service. You can enable app services when you create an app ID, or modify these settings later. So given that I would like to do push notifications as well as a lot of activity, as well as some other things in the future, I need to have an app ID. Also, if I want to put this on the App Store, like this, that's where this provisioning profile comes in. And of course, I'm going to need a unique application identifier. In this case, I want to select an app. I'm not actually going to create this, by the way. I'm just showing what you could do. So give it a description, whatever. So in this case, this would be like Devlog demo. We'll just call it Devlog stuff. And then here is where you would put in your identifier. And typically you would use something called reverse DNS notation. So let's say, for instance, my website is codeandcolor.io. What I would do is flip this. I would say io.codeandcolor. Whatever the app name is. So I don't know what this is going to be. It may just be called Devlog. Maybe that. And then you can enable certain capabilities. At the moment, I don't need to enable any of these. I can always come back later and update this. But I'm not going to do it here. Instead, what I'm going to do is just go back to my all identifiers. And I'm going to see if Xcode will create it for me. So this is going to be Devlog. In fact, we'll just do all lowercase. Need to select a location, and I put all of my projects in my code directory, and then I'm also going to put it inside of this directory here. And I use Git by default, so I would like it to create a Git repository for me. And I can say don't add this project to any workspace or anything, because there's nothing to add it to. So we'll go ahead and click create, and now I have my brand new application. At some point, the previewer is going to show up. All right, so right now it's just going to say hello world. Let's see here. And I can also like get this to show up on my phone. So what I'm going to do is first minimize Safari, and I am going to show my entire display. So what I will do is play this on the iPhone here. And let's see if I can get this to work where I can show my screen on my phone while also connect. Looks like I can. There we are. Cool. So now what you're seeing is the app. The reason why it's black on my screen is because all of my devices are in dark mode. So as a result, it's going to be black. This app doesn't do anything at the moment, so we may want it to do some stuff at some point. So let's go ahead and close the application, and we'll stop. Okay. Make this full screen now. And let's see what we can do here. Let's first go to my signing and capabilities. This is under my personal team. Man, this is all jacked already. And it looks like it's done some things already. You see here, app ID star. This means that like anything, it's going to match anything on my account. So let's see if that pops up. Yep. So we see here that it came up as a wildcard. I don't know if I want this as a wildcard, so I'm just going to go ahead and create an app identifier. So we'll just call it devlog stuff. And we're going to do io.code and color.devlog. And I want push notifications actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's part of what I'm showing off today here. So we'll go ahead and register. And for push notifications, I'm going to use the SDK that my company produces. So this, in my opinion, is the easiest way to get up and started with stuff. The title sounds like you're building a nuclear. I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Know a little bit about nuclear. I'm not sure which word like screams out nuclear or anything to do with physics. Actually, I want to go to one signal. We're gonna go to our V11 docs. Also, how you doing today, Factory? I'm glad to have you here. I'm curious, you have any questions? Because I know you said you were lost last time. So, you know, if you have questions, feel free. What I'm doing is not important. I will just say that. So like, don't be like, oh, you're doing this, I don't want to distract you. To be honest, I'm only doing this because I need an excuse to be streaming. All right, so we have a mobile quick start for iOS. I need to go through all of these actually just to see how these are. They're not okay, yeah, they're different. Okay, so in order to get push notifications set up, well, first let's instead of having this globe here, let's delete all this. I don't want that. We're not going to do that. So instead of doing a V stack, how about let's do a little bit of, let's pretend that I know what I'm doing. We'll do a Z stack, and you will see here that there's an option for alignment or parameter for alignment and then content. I don't have an alignment in mind right now, so what I'm going to do is just call the function, and inside of here, let's throw a rounded rectangle, and we can give it a corner radius. So the corner radius that I'm going to give it is let's do 25 maybe, and let's give it some padding. And I don't like that color. Yeah, I don't like the color at all. Let's do a better color. So for the Z stack, we're gonna do is it background color maybe? Maybe you can't do that on a Z stack. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, maybe you can't do that on a Z stack. Can we do foreground? Yeah, we can. So for here, let's do indigo or purple. I think indigo is technically like the code and color thing. It's like a mix. It's between purple. No, it's not. It's definitely not purple. It's mixed between indigo and purple. We'll go with indigo for now. Okay, cool. So we have a rounded rectangle with some padding. In fact, no, I'm going to remove the padding from the rectangle itself, and instead we're going to throw that on the Z stack. And I also want some text. I think text is this, where you just give it the thing that you want. So let's see. Okay, look at that. We already have errors. God dang it. Let's see. How does text work? Let's give it tests just to see if it's gonna do the thing. Also, because text is going to inherit the background from the Z stack, I need to give it a different color. So maybe I'm gonna give it black for now. Yeah, so there we are. So we're gonna do the devlog. Oops. Okay. There's one thing that I would like to do. So here, I think that there's like a preferred something like that. Preferred color scheme. So we're going to do dot dark because I prefer that. So this is going to be my dark color scheme. And what's kind of cool about the what is this, like the iOS Swift UI thing, is that, or this preview, is that you can have multiple previews in this window here. So what I'm going to do is copy this and paste it, and we're going to do light. And what you'll notice is that I have a second thing that pops up right here. So now I get a light and a dark. So I actually don't want this to be that color. I want this to be black. And I want my foreground to be indigo. Like that. And at some point, I can load up an asset so that I can actually have the Code and Color logo here. But for now, this is good enough. So now we're not just seeing like hello world. All right, so we can get started with doing the thing. Maybe I want this to be called Devlog, and maybe I want to refactor this. To make sure that it follows coding conventions, that kind of thing. And while I'm here, let's also come into the project, and here, this is going to be a capital Devlog, like so. Rename project, yes. Rename the local repository as some of the changes. Do you want to continue renaming the project? Yes, sure, do that. All right, so it's claiming that it's failed, and let's build and see if it's really going to fail. Nope, it didn't fail. Okay, so let's pop this up on my device, which I have here. So yeah, now this is my actual phone, just to prove that. Here, you know, it's Houston. This is my phone. And we can come back to that. Cool. That part is done. Now let's go ahead and do the integration work with one signal. Do that here. And we can close that for now. So we have these instructions, and one of the things that I would like to do is improve these instructions a bit, right? So yeah, this is going over saying, yeah, add this notification service extension, all that other kind of stuff. But I think I would rather do this in a different order. Specifically, I would prefer to instead import the thing into my project first. I think that should come first. So I'm not going to do these steps in order. Let's just pretend that I know these steps a little bit. I already know these, and let's just pretend that I'm showing it just so that I have a visual aid. But we're going to start out with step 3, which is using the Swift package manager to do this. We can also use CocoaPods. I'm not using CocoaPods, so I'm done with the CocoaPods. We're going to use this right here, Swift package manager. So we have some instructions on how to do that, and they're here. We're not really going to go into this into too much detail, but the thing to note is that we need to have this right here. This is the URL that we need to import, and I'll go ahead and open that up just so that you see that it's just this repository here. So let's go back to here, and let's go to package dependencies. And to add a new package dependency, you are going to come into your project. By the way, if you're in Xcode, like Xcode is kind of weird. You need to be on this little folder icon. Just click the little folder icon, and you may have a bunch of things. Just make sure you click on the project itself, and make sure you're on the project. And then in this little thing here, you'll have info, build, all this other kind of crap. So what you'll want to do is make sure you're on package dependencies. Click the plus button. And it's here. This is really weird. I hate this. But to find the package, you just put the URL here and it'll pop up here. Now we can also set up the dependency rules and all that other kind of stuff. So I don't want to select this version. I want to select another version. So if we come into releases, we'll see here that we have release beta 5, all that other kind of stuff. So that's what we want to put in there. And I think that we say that here. Yeah. So they're saying, no, I'm saying they, yeah, I'm going to keep using the word that. They're saying to use an explicit version, and we are going to do that. So let's go ahead and go to exact version. That's this dependency rule here. We'll just click that exact version. And we're going to do 5.0.0. And it's not going to be beta 2. It's actually going to be beta 4 here. Oops. Beta 4. Like that. Oh, is it 04 or is it 4? Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's 04. Okay. Yeah, you've got to be very exact. 04. I'm not sure why we did that. Why is it 04? That's weird. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and add the package. All right. We have a couple of things. Choose package products for OneSignal XE framework. We have an extension, and then there's a framework. We actually, I want to say we tell you to select both here. Yes. Also, just if you see me going back and forth, there's a reason for this. I kind of have to update our docs. So this is also me confirming that things are what they should be. All right. So at the moment, I only have one target. And here's how this is going to have to work. The framework needs to be added to the project. Okay. Now I think I understand why we're doing the other one first, the other step of creating the extension. I don't like that, but who knows? Maybe I'll still do it this way. So we're gonna only add it to the devlog target. I don't have the extension yet. So now that we have it as part of this devlog project, this right here, this is the devlog project right here. I wonder if I should just rename this. Yeah, I'm going to rename this to follow convention. All right, let's show in Finder. Oh, it renamed it here too. Okay, interesting. All right. So what I'm going to do is click File, New. Before I do that, I want to show, let me make sure I have it in the instruction here. So this is what we're doing here. We're just going to add a new service, a notification service extension. And the way you do that is you add a new target, and you're going to search for something called a notification service extension. And we have to name it something special. It explicitly needs to be named as OneSignal notification service extension. There's a little bit more to this too. You also have to make sure that the identifier starts with the app bundle identifier. Basically, you prepin that to the service notification identifier, and I'll show that right now. So come over to our little thing right here. We're going to go to File, New, Target, and we're just going to search for notification service extension. Notice that we have two. Make sure you select the right one. Notification service extension, not content extension. Remember, this is the one where it has to be named something explicit. So it's going to be OneSignal service notification extension, like that. And I'm looking at the bundle identifier. It's going to be io.codeandcolor.devlog.OneSignal service notification extension. That's the bundle identifier that it should be. And this right here, so I'm still learning about Xcode, but I think a scheme is what we just created. Like what do you want to run? This is an extension, so we just want to click cancel. Don't activate that, just cancel. And what you'll notice is that we now have a service notification extension right here. And if we go back to our project, we have two targets. We have our devlog and then our notification service extension. And if you pay attention or to here, we'll see that it's io.codeandcolor.devlog. And then we append this here. Well, this little piece right here corresponds to this little piece right here, and they have to be the same. Additionally, the versions have to be the same. So you see here that this is version 1.0, and then in here, if we come to where's our version? Oh, here we are. It's also 1.0. Now, these need to be the same. I can't have one be 1.0 and one be 1.0.0. They're not the same. They must be the same. So I'm going to just make sure that they are indeed the same, and they are. Also, I want to select the latest version of iOS that I have, which I have 16.4. These need to match. So we see here I'm on 16.4, and this is going to work on both the iPhone and an iPad. All right, now that I've done that, I need to come back to my project, come back to my package dependencies, come here, and I'm going to basically run this again. I'm going to add the package again, essentially. This right here. So we're going to add package. I didn't try that. That was a mistake. Put that. And we're going to go back to our exact version, and we're going to do 5.0.0-beta-04. You know what? I think we're going to have to keep it as yeah, I don't know if I want to have this be the first step anymore. Oh, let's first delete this. So I'm going to first copy that so I don't have to type that ever again. And we're going to remove from the project, and we're going to redo it. So I guess that's why we had it first. I don't like this, but you know, what can you do? All right, we're going to add package. Okay, so the extension is going to go to my extension, and the framework is going to go to my project, like so. All right, so inside of here is the code for our extension. We give you code to put inside of that extension. So we're just going to run through that. Okay. So part of this won't need to change. So we have our content handler. This is the thing that's going to receive our content. In fact, if I option click on this, let's open this in our actual documentation. I'll bring it over here so you can see it. So we'll see, let's learn a little bit about the UN notification content. This is an uneditable content of a notification. So it's literally the stuff that you see inside of a notification. So it says the object contains the data associated with the notification. When your app receives a notification, the associated notification request object contains an object of this type with the content that your app received. Use this content object to get the details of the notification, including the type of the notification that the system delivered, any custom data that you stored in the user info dictionary before scheduling that notification, and any other attachments. And it's saying here, don't create an instance of this class directly. So that's important. So for remote notifications, which we're going to need to enable very soon, the system derives the content of this object from the JSON payload that the server sends to the APNS server. All right, cool. So we know a little bit about this. Let's come back here and go to our project, and I want to come to signing and capabilities. and I need to add a couple of more capabilities here. So we're gonna click. Oh, wait, can you see my screen? Yeah. So why is my iPad locked? Sorry, give me a second. I need to make sure that I'm showing what I think I'm showing. Yes, okay. Yes, so in order to add a new capability, it's this little tiny little small button right here that doesn't scream to you, click me. Click on that. And the thing that we're gonna wanna add is like background, not background, remote something. Actually, I forgot what it is. We're just gonna consult our docs. Oh, it's push notification. I'm tripping. It's not notification, it's push. Wait, why? Interesting. How come remote doesn't show up? Okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's first come to here. We're gonna go to this thing right here. I want to make sure push notifications isn't, yep, that's enabled. And is there anything else that I need to add? Nope. I don't think we even, here, let me bring this over. I don't think we mentioned anything on the .com site at all. And maybe we should. Yeah, I think it may be worth doing, like having some information about how to create all of this stuff right here. This. Whoa. Why is it not? Now having an issue because, oh no, it's here. Wait, I literally, did I not type background modes? There should be push notification here too. Why don't I see push notifications? Let me first stop this, and I'm going to close Xcode and restart it, because remember, I didn't create my bundle identifier first, so I'm wondering if it's just like not realizing that this is indeed a real thing. We'll open this. There we are. Okay, that's weird. I had to restart to see this. So maybe it may be worth adding this into our documentation, where it's like, if you don't see these capabilities listed, you may need to restart Xcode so that it can like repull the stuff. Oh, yo, thank you for the follow. Wait, is it Monos? Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, dude, I didn't realize I had follower only chat. My bad. Actually, no, I did realize, but I think that you can chat with me immediately after you follow. In the past, I think you had to like follow me for like minutes or days. I don't know. A lot of this is on default settings because Twitch is difficult for me. It's a distraction more than anything. In fact, my primary platform where I put most of my stuff is on YouTube. So follow me on YouTube. You can chat with me without having to subscribe and all the other things. And he says on slow mode, all what's slow mode? We can dig into this if you want. Just keep in mind, I don't know much about Twitch. Yes, I'm on here, but I don't really know much about it. So if you want me to, I can take 5 minutes to try to like figure this out. If you can help me out with that, if you think it's worth it. Otherwise, I can continue on with what I was doing. And yeah. Also, I also should add that I'm not technically an iOS or Swift streamer. I technically don't even know Swift. I don't really know iOS like that either. Twitch chat is slow mode. I think it's to prevent spam. Okay. All right. Yeah. Do YouTube if you want to like chat it up. But yeah. I'm mostly just walking through how to get set up with push notifications as well as building a live activity. And this is so that I can have some video content that I can later edit for a video that I will hope to publish for documentation purposes. 4 months into it. Hey, you're farther along than me, bro. Like, I'm like 2 days into it. But I guess you can call myself an expert programmer. Like, I've been programming for 20 years, and like learning languages is not difficult for me. So yeah, there's that. Did I not add the capability? I thought I just added that capability. Maybe I thought I did. We're gonna add push notifications. All right, and we're also gonna add background. No, why do I keep wanting to add background modes? It's not background modes. What is the other one? No, it is background modes. That's why I keep wanting to add it. So it is background modes. And specifically, I want to enable remote notifications. This one right here. All right. So my app, the target, it now has push notification capabilities, technically. So now I need to go back to my notification service extension. So this little bit right here. And I was kind of walking through what this notification content thing is. By the way, you may already know this, Mono. Wait, iOS BS is BS. Bro, like, don't get me started with Apple, bro. Like, it's weird because I've been an Apple user. Like, the first computer I ever used in life was a Macintosh. So I've been using Apple for my life. But it's like I almost feel like they hate their developers. That's kind of what I get the feeling of. Maybe they don't hate their developers. Maybe they hate every other developer who isn't an Apple developer. But like, just getting started with anything in this ecosystem is hard. And it's not just from a technical standpoint. Some of it is just like their tools and services are trash. Like the Apple developer network shit. Like, fine, pay. I don't care, because MSDN, you got to pay for that too. But my issue is like the website is trash. It doesn't make sense. Documentation is poor. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm also not an Android person either. Like I'm all Apple. Like, I got iPhones. Wait, why am I? Hold on, I just realized that I'm lagging right now. What's up with that? All right, whatever. I don't care. Honestly, Android is difficult for me too. I don't like any of it. I'm not a mobile developer, so I should also add that. Also, every time that I've had to do mobile development, even though I'm technically not a mobile person, I'm what you would call a general software engineer. I do everything. I've used Xamarin in the past, both Xamarin and Xamarin Forms. There is a difference. And in both of those, you still have to know a little bit about the underlying, what is it called? The underlying platforms. So both Android and iOS. I ended up building a lot of bindings so that I can get Zebra printers to work on both Android and iOS under a Xamarin runtime. I also have been doing some stuff with Flutter. I'm not a fan of that either, but that's Google's answer, I suppose. And in addition to that, there's React Native. I do a little bit with that. Also, I don't enjoy that because I'm not a fan of web technologies. But yeah, bro, it's a lot. I mean, I don't like it's. I'm not ripping on Apple developers. It's not the developers who I think are the issue. It's the ecosystem. Like, it's the tools that Apple makes available. Because developers are people, and it's just like, you know, people are going to do whatever makes them money. So it's like, you shouldn't talk down on someone just because they got an opportunity to get a job and it happened to be iOS programming, and that's what they continue to do. Yeah, there's a new Xamarin now, Maui. Yeah, I know. It's technically not Xamarin, but yeah, I've done some stuff with Maui too. So just a little bit of background, just so you understand. I am a developer advocate. I'm a former engineer. I built some stuff. In fact, if you've ever heard of GitHub, I used to do stuff with that. If you've ever used or seen GitHub Desktop, hey, hi. Yeah, you can go check that out. So yeah, like I don't know. But yeah, I'm former engineer. I've done all kinds of things: data analytics, business intelligence, machine learning, artificial intelligence. I've even done like basic line of business applications, office applications. Bet you didn't know you can build applications in Excel. They do expose an API as well as a runtime for you to do stuff in. I've done like WCF, you know, the Windows Communication Foundation services. Also ASP.NET, and I'm all over the place. I don't have a specialty. My specialty is talking shit. That's that's it. That's all you're gonna get from me is maybe shit talk. Not bad. I'm not talking out on people. Just, you know, just talking shit. General shit talk. All right. Wait, what just happened? Okay, something just happened. Give me a second. Okay, that's not fun. Why did my other project just go away magically? What's up with that? Let's open that again. I wasn't doing this. Okay, yeah, I will go to my sample here. Interesting. All right, yeah. So we were walking through some of this. Also, oh wait, I see we have a chat message. Rip on for loving Xcode. I don't do iOS developers love Xcode, or do they tolerate it? Because like, what are your options? You have no other options with Apple, so it's like, I can kind of understand it. It's like you learn to love it because you have no other option. Yeah, it definitely is full of bugs. Yeah, honestly, like, do you think Android Studio is any better? Like, really? I'm very anti IDE unless it's Microsoft's Visual Studio. And I'm not talking about Visual Studio Code. I'm talking about Visual Studio. That is the only IDE that I like. Actually, I'm gonna go farther than like. No, I'm not going to say love. I like. That's the only IDE that I like. Typically, my IDE is, you know, I have these terminals. I just do stuff that way. All right, cool. So let me kind of, oops, wait, why did that just, all right, give me a second. Something's happening with my machine. It's frozen now. What the fuck? I'm sick of, man, you know what? Okay. Put my chat over here so that I can see it. That's why I was trying to make sure I can keep my chat up and not lose it because I have too many monitors right now. So we're walking through this, and we've already went through this content handler, and now there's this best attempt content, which is a UN mutable notification content. So this is literally the same as this, except you can mutate this, right? And if we option click, we'll get the documentation. It's tiny because it's Xcode, but that's why I like clicking here. And I can make this big and I can read it. That's one thing that I hate about Xcode, by the way, is that the UI is tiny and they have an over reliance on icons. It's hard to communicate with icons. So in my, like, what I like to do is I like to show other people how to do things. Not just show, but like write up. But like, how do I explain this? Like, click the bar. What is that? Like, anyways. Not to go on a tangent. Let me keep on going. Okay, so there is one other thing that we're going to want to have in here, and that is the actual notification request. So because this is a OneSignal extension, we need to actually capture that notification. So we're going to create a variable for that, and this is going to be called received. I think that's how you spell received. You can call it whatever you want, to be honest. Notification. And this is going to be a UN notification request. All right, so we have that right here. Just take that and we just put it there. And I'm gonna put the little this little operator right there. Yeah, bro, like, so I've looked online for like how to increase the size of the UI, and I don't know, I feel like, and this is probably where you're getting at with like Apple developers, they're all like, oh, you can do that, you can increase the size of the editor, but it's just like, my question isn't about the editor, it's about all these other tiny things that I can't read. For what it's worth, I'm on a 32-inch monitor and I can barely read it. And what Apple suggests is, if you can't read it, you change the entire scaling of your display. What I mean by that, like, that's where you come into your system preferences, which is now all jacked up. Don't get me started on this new version of Mac OS. This is trash. Anyway, you come into your displays, one day it'll load, and they're saying, you know what, just scale it. And it's just like, that's a stupid, idiotic decision or solution. So it's like, oh, you can't read this one application because we made it too small and we don't give you a way to increase the size of our UI. Let's just increase your scaling or decrease your scaling for every other thing. It's like, come on, that's not a solution. That's an anti-solution. Yeah, it's like, yes, it's like, come on, like, that's not a solution. Like, who, what? Yes, yeah, don't, yeah. Yeah. But here's how I've kind of gotten around it. So I haven't fixed it for Xcode, but for documentation, because you know that you can show your documentation, right? So let's say, for instance, you click on here. If you click on this little thing, I think this little question mark, this will pull up the docs for whatever you currently have selected. I can't read that. I'm in my 30s. I can't read this shit. So I've since found out that you can click on this open in developer documentation, which gives you this nice little window here, which is awesome. Also, I have a tool that I use. So in fact, I could do this actually. So let's say I want to know about UN notification. This is a tool that I use that allows me access to like literally all docs. And yeah, so I use this. And it's helpful because I can read it. You know, being able to read it is very important, I think. Also, I'm gonna, like, this doesn't matter, but I'm gonna add this to the end. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to keep this code as it is, and then just add my own stuff down here at the bottom. The next thing is we need to do some stuff inside of this did receive function. We don't need to change any of this signature. The signature is fine. But what we do want to do is make sure that we set our received notification. And you'll notice that we do get a notification. It's this right here, right? So the UN notification request. All I have to do is do self.receive notification, and that's going to be equal to my request. That's it for now. All right, and then this right here, this best attempt. This is like, you know, maybe the person hasn't seen it. Maybe you want to modify it for some reason. You would do that here. Next thing is to come into here and set this time to expire. I'm not really going to do that. So at this point, we can call our extension done. So we'll just move on. In fact, before I move on, let me do a little bit of committing. Also, one little, I kind of don't like this actually. Let me first, yeah, we'll open it. Oh, we'll go up one directory. Nope, yeah, one directory, Devlog. Yeah, there we are. So one thing that I don't like about Xcode when it creates the repository for you is that it doesn't create, wait, why did that not open the thing? Oh, there we are. Yeah, so if we look at this, you'll notice that there's not a git ignore file. I can't understand how the world's most valuable company, who supposedly hires the best engineers, can't figure out that maybe when you create a Git repository for your IDE, maybe you should create the Git ignore for the files that you know shouldn't be shared. That's just my thought. You know, I, for one, don't think that I should have to go to the internet and search for a Git ignore when Apple should be doing that. They have the market cap to do it. Like, there's no reason why they can't do this. All right, anyways, so let's go on to GitHub, and there is the Git ignore, I think. Git ignore. Fortunately, we republished one of these a long time ago, so it's like, I'll just use this. The one that I want is Xcode Git ignore. That. So let's go to raw and let's pull that down. So we'll do that. We'll pipe that to Git ignore. Cool. So now we have a Git ignore. And let's just put that in there. So let's just add Git ignore. So let's see if there's anything in here that shouldn't be in here, like this XC user data. Like, why is that here? You know, so even that Git ignore isn't entirely accurate. Oh wait, no, it is XC user data. Why didn't that get? Oh, okay. Why didn't that get ignored? Oh gosh, okay. I think I understand why it didn't get ignored. So let's come into here and just do some stuff. Things that I don't think that I should ever have to do in my life. Here I am doing it. So we're gonna do that right there. And why didn't that not do it? Devlog XC user data. Interesting. It's still trying to pull this in here. So I'm curious if you're watching. Yo, Mono, do you know how to do this? Just for a record, it's very refreshing to see someone else use Xcode and say like, I think if everyone I talk to, like most of the people I talk to, don't like Xcode. They talk about it like it's a necessary evil, right? It's like, what are your options? There was one point when JetBrains, which are the folks behind the Android Studio, they had Appline. I think here, let me pull that up. Let's go look at that. Yeah. Also, yeah, that's another thing. Like, you know what? I think I'm going to submit a PR for this because that's unacceptable. Let's see if they have a PR for Xcode already. Update X. Yep. So someone's already done this. Who's the team? And like, this needs to be merged. Why haven't they done this yet? Yeah. Okay. So they've done what I've done. Okay. Yeah. Swift.getting. Okay. Whatever. All right. Now, let me look for the thing. Oh, app code. Yeah. Okay. So you know what it is. Yeah. They discontinued it. I don't think that you can do it I think they don't have it anymore. Yeah. End of life. I've never used it. I've never really been a fan of any of JetBrains' products. Mainly because, like, there's a reason. I came up in Visual Studio land, which is the ultimate IDE. It's the best IDE. If you think anything else is better, you're just wrong. That's how I'm just playing. But I think I would rather use this than Xcode, like real talk. All right, let's get back to this PR. Honestly, I think a lot of the folks who like JetBrains are the folks who started out in like the JVM ecosystem, because I think their main IDE was gosh, what was it called? I forget what you call it. I don't really know JetBrains that much, so like forgive me. I know it when I see it. IntelliJ. Yeah, I think wasn't this their like the thing? So yeah, I used to use Data Grip back in the day. I don't use it anymore. Nah, not Eclipse. That trash. No, that's pure garbage. Nah. I'm talking about IntelliJ. So I used the NetBeans thing. I didn't like that either. In fact, I've never liked Java. But here, since you're talking about Data Grip, because I used to use Data Grip, I'm not a fan of it. Here's what I use: Table Plus. This right here. Let's see if it'll connect to a database. Yeah, we'll connect it here. So like, it's kind of cool because like I can use my keyboard for everything, and like, you know, I can see stuff. And let's just look at one of these tables. So you get the whole little thing like this. You can also click and see like the structure of it, you know, how it is, as well as the DDL behind that table, right? There's some really cool things that you could do, as well as when you're building things. For instance, like let's say for instance this table here, you can come in and you can create your indexes right here. There's triggers, all this other kind of stuff. Yeah. Check it out here. Let me send you the thing. So this is, man, what is it? Oh, you could tell I don't remember things. Table Plus. I'll drop the link in for anyone else who's interested. Yeah, there you are. And it works with almost every database. It's kind of dope. I've been using this for a long time and I love it. Oh, also, there's another cool thing. This isn't going to do it justice because this isn't really anything special. This structure that I've loaded up. But if you select your tables and you go to your plugins, you can create a diagram if you install the plugin. Why did I do empty diagram? I feel dumb right now. Where is it? Generate diagram from the selected items. So then you can see this. And what's cool is look at this animation. This is, oh my gosh, this right here alone makes it worth it. So you can imagine if you have like a more complicated table structure. And maybe I'll have to, you know what? Maybe I can find one for you right quick. Give me a second while I do that. Let me go to my auth table and let's just select all of these so that I can really drive home the point of how dope this is. I don't know why I did it that way. Generate selected items. There we are. So yeah. So you know how like when you have these long, like just all these complicated table structures, now look at this. You can actually see how your data flows, and that's, yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm like, man, fuck Data Grip, bro. I'm not on that. Plus, isn't it a subscription? Like that's the other thing. I just paid for this. I paid for this once years ago, and like, yeah, I don't have to pay a monthly or yearly thing for like updates that I don't want or need that I'm never going to use. You also get code completion. So if you're into that, you know, some people are into that. So let's, oops, get away from me. Let's do SQL. So yeah, we could do like select And of course, you know, it formats it for you. So now, because I'm sure you've seen people who write SQL and like, it's like they're enemies of good. It's like mediocrity. It's like it's all lowercase. It's like, come on, like follow the conventions of the language, right? With this, you don't even have to worry about that. You can just say, you know what, beautify, and it'll automatically put it in the format for the particular flavor of SQL that you're using. Clutch. That's all I can say. It's just yes. Anyways, enough of that. Let me go back to what I was doing. I think I just had completed this notification service extension. So we're done with that now. So now I can come in here and import the one signal something framework. That cool. Oh, I actually don't want to do that here. I'm dumb. I don't want to do that here. I want to do that here where my app gets bootstrapped. There. All right. Yeah, man, like if you're interested in like certain tools, like depending on what kind of stuff you do, like actually before here, I have a link that I think that you will find useful. If you're watching on my Twitch thing, I think in my about, hold on, I had to look because I don't really know how Twitch works. Give me a second. I was being honest when I said I really don't use Twitch. I stream to Twitch. Let's see, how do I do the things? Here, okay, channel. Let me make sure I mute. Okay, where is it? Oh yeah, here. Okay, yeah. So if you click here, Linktree, if you go to my gear, which I know it's a misnomer, but it started out as my gear, and then someone was like, oh, what software do you use? So I was like, oh, I'll go and try to put together a small list. So this will give you all of the tools that I'm using, including, oh shit, Table Plus isn't here? Wait, hold on, that can't be. Oh no, it is here. Yeah, including Table Plus. Yeah. So these are some of the tools that I like. They're like mainstays, except for Flutter. I just have to use Flutter, but yeah, like some of these tools are like mainstays. And one of the things that I would love to do in the future is like reviews, or not reviews, but overviews, kind of like going into these tools and like, why would you use them? What are they good at? What are some of the cool things that they can enable? That kind of thing. So you say if you delete the XC file, it won't be tracked in Git anymore. Well, that's the thing, is that it was never tracked. Like that's the thing. So like it should, like I never tracked it. Cause I haven't made any commits. That's what I'm getting at. But I may just do that anyways, just to get past this. Let's see, XC user, yeah. Okay. So here, let's see. Let's put that to the test. So I'm going to quit X. Oh shit, fuck. I shouldn't have quit Xcode. It's fine, whatever. I'm going to delete these two files. So we'll just say discard changes for now. Actually, do I want to do that though? I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I was looking at the wrong one. I want this one. It's this one that I don't want. It's just this one. So I think that what I should do is ignore everything that's in here, right? All right. Did that do it? Oh shit, that's not. Okay. Oh, that wouldn't do it. I'm just gonna keep playing and see if I put another star, will that then go and just say, all right, everything after here, just delete it. We don't care. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right, yeah, whatever. We'll just discard this. And I do want this. This has to be here because this is the package. We have the view. We have entitlements. Okay, yep. This is our info plist. We need that, as well as our notification service extension. Okay, so this is just going to be like Bootstrap project. Also includes notification. Also includes notification. I'm gonna call it an NSE because I'm not typing that out. That's too much work. We're gonna do all of this. And I don't need to publish this. There's no need. hey, ACP Toolkit is the truth. I'm trying to think. I can try to show you why it's dope, but it's gonna take me some time to kind of get set up because like I had to like get another project started, get Docker up and running. There's stuff. So like if you want me to go through that, I'm happy to switch gears and do that because again, like this is my excuse for streaming. That's really what I'm doing. So like I don't technically like doing what I'm doing. It's just I know how to do it. So yeah. But yeah, like one of the cool things is that if you run the shell command, it can then redirect all your traffic or whatever to that tool. And you can also I think you can also see your HTTPS traffic for your app. So you can see all of your headers that your application is sending out, that comes in handy when you're trying to understand what's going on, especially when you're using these third-party libraries that don't give you any information into what's going on. So this is how I know what's going on. And I've actually fixed bugs in other people's stuff, other projects as a result of that tool. All right, yeah. Well, if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out. You can find me in my friend's Discord. I'm in his Discord. Or on the OneSignal community Discord. You just go to onesignal.com and look for developer community. You can join that. You can reach out to me there. Or whenever I stream. I don't have a schedule. They're all random. So if you just catch me, ask me whenever. Happy to help out. Man, I sometimes tell people that their stuff is broken and then they don't want to accept it. They don't want to believe it. And this is where I think it's really dope that because I'm a very experienced engineer. So it's I can't just be bullshit. You're not going to just say, oh, it's user error. It's nah. I show you all and I'll even prove it's nah, you need to go fix this, homie. This is you. It's not me. It's you. Do better. Let me go ahead and close that out. All right. I don't think I need this here anymore. I'll close that. Okay. Let's go back to our project, which is somewhere. Oh, I closed it like a dumbass. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Let's reopen the project. Okay, I'll open this one, and there's another one that I'm going to open. Devlog. Wait, oh yeah, Devlog. Okay. Cool. So now that I have the OneSignal framework here, I'm going to need to do some things. All right. So I want to say, do our docs. I hope, did I close our docs? I'm also verifying documentation. That's why you're going to see me going back and forth because I had to write our docs and I want to make sure that things, like, I know that there are things missing. I want to just be very, very clear on what's missing. So here we see this is the storyboard. We're not doing this. Swift UI. So we're going to need to pull in an app delegate in order to do some things, so that, you know, we can have one signal kind of hook in. So let's do that. And here, before I go into that, let's kind of go through. So this is the application delegate. This is an adapter, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a class that conforms to this protocol. And the only thing that we need to do, and I'll show this. You know what? I'll show it now. So we're going to do UI application delegate, just so we can see what this type is. So here, so your app delegate object manages your app's shared behaviors. The app delegate is effectively the root object of your app and works in conjunction with the UI application to manage some interactions with the system, like the UI application object. UI kit creates your app delegate object early in your app's life cycle so that it's always present. All right, so that's the app delegate, but there's also the app delegate, the app delegate adapter, this one right here. So this right here is a property wrapper type that's used to create your UI app delegate. All right, so that's what this little thing right here is for. All right, so we're going to call our app delegates, which we don't have yet, and we're just going to say type self, and then we declare our app delegate. All right, so that's all we're going to do. Let's go back over, and first things first, we want to create a basically the state, like the variable for our app delegate. So we're going to do UI application delegate adapter. And then I'm going to do, I need to also tell it like what to use. At the moment, I don't have anything. So I'm just going to kind of ignore that for now. And then we're going to create our variable, and we're going to call it app delegate like that. And I think I can do this too, but I guess I'll keep it on one line. I guess that's the convention. I don't like that convention though. All right, anyway, let's create a class, and this is going to be our app delegate. And this needs to implement, or not, maybe I should say it needs to conform. I think that's the correct verb to use in Swiftland. And every other thing is implement the interface, but in this is conform to a protocol. I think they're just being contrarian, but anyway. So we're going to do UI responder. And then we also need to do that UI app delegate, because remember, that's the thing that this thing is expecting, right? And then after that, there's something else that we're going to do. But first, I'm going to just close this out because it's not that important at the moment. Other than I do need to make sure that I implement or conform. Yeah, I keep saying implement. I need to conform to the interface. And let's see what this interface is. Okay, let's open it here. Okay. So let's see, this is, I wish that it did a better job of saying which one you need, but it's this one right here, application, func application. So this tells the delegate to, that the launch process has begun. So we need to implement that particular function. So we'll do func, application. And the one that we want to do is the one that has the UI application as well as the did finish launching options or something like that. And then there is the UI application or something like that. So there are a bunch of overloads. I just need to find the right one. And honestly, I don't have to find the right one. I could just like type the things, which I think is about to happen because this is too much effort to look for it. Yeah, it's too much effort. So let's just go ahead and do application like that. We're going to do underscore application. And this means that like you need to have it there, right? Like, or I think it's optional or something like that. You don't need to give it a label or something like that. I think that's what that means. Anyway, this is going to be a UI application. In addition to that, we're going to have our did. Okay, I was kind of hoping that it would complete that. All right, anyway, did finish launching. Okay, this is my okay, I did finish launching with options, and it's gonna be launch options. Yeah, so this right here is the label. This right here is the parameter, and then this thing right here is the type. So it's gonna be that right there. We're gonna do UI application dot launch options key, and this will be any, and we'll say otherwise we'll give a default value, so this can be nil. So if we kind of read this again, so we have the label, which means that there won't be a label, the parameter and its type. Label, parameter, and its type. This type, it seems to be, this looks like TypeScript to me, and this, in my opinion, this would be an array of key value pairs, where the keys are these things right here, and the value can be anything. And this right here means that it can also be nothing, and we set it equal to nil, right? After that, we have our function definition. We also need to give it a return, so it's going to return a boolean and then that right there. All right, so now we are conforming to some things. Now I can come back to my app delegate. Oops, again. App delegate, and then do .self. So now that's it. All right, so now I have my app delegate and all that, and it's complaining because I'm not returning the thing that I should probably return, maybe. So honestly, I don't like returning true, to be honest. And I'm not sure I have to return true. Yeah, I'm actually not sure I have to return. No, I do. It looks, let's see. How did, oh, I forgot. Okay, I'm tripping. I want to go back to here and look for that function application. No, I do. Okay, never mind. I do have to return bool. All right, so because I have to return bool, I'm just going to return true just to shut up the compiler. All right. It should be okay now. And let's just build this. Let's just see how things are happening, how they're going. Make sure there are no issues. Yeah, cool. Look at that. So we're all good. So at this point, we have the capability to receive notifications in the foreground and in the background. In addition to that, we have the notification service extension, which is going to call out into the OneSignal extension, our SDK, to handle all of your notification needs. And in addition to that, I've also got the boilerplate in place in order to initialize OneSignal. Right, so we have to do that here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So first thing we're gonna do is do OneSignal.initialize, or is it init? Gosh, which one is it? Huh, okay, this tells me that we can probably do a better job of documenting this here, like inside of here. So I'm gonna kind of go to another place right quick. Let's come to here. And where are we at? Extension wrapper, outcome wrapper, OneSignal wrapper. I don't want that. I want the iOS one. SDK. Here we are. And I'm going to look for initialize. I wonder if it's all in Objective-C. Maybe it is. So we're going to do Objective-C, as well as, oh, I do multiple languages. Is it a comma? Yeah, whatever. Maybe it'll be here and I don't need to look for it in Swift. Okay, I don't see the thing that I expected to see. Nope, go back. Nope. Don't see it here. What I could do, I think I have this. This should be on my machine, actually. It'll be easier for me to just use the tools that I have on my machine to find stuff. Let's see here. We want to go to one signal. Let's see, iOS SDK. Yep. Cool. We'll come into here. Okay. This is one signal. iOS something. Fancy issues. Nope. We'll check out main. What? All right, cool. Now we have everything. We'll just open this up. All right. I am looking for something called initialize. Initialize. That's not how you spell initialize, is it? There we are. Initialize one signal, sends the token. Wait a minute. I don't see the function anywhere. Shouldn't the function pop up? All right, this is where my limited knowledge of Objective-C is going to cause me to fail. We'll make this a little bit bigger for you all who are watching along on stream. All right, so we have tests. It's definitely not going to be in unit tests. So I want to say I can use this to exclude. Can't I do that? Oh. Yeah, I can. All right. So I want to exclude anything that's in unit tests. Tripping. I want to exclude those. I don't want to include them. I also want to exclude anything that's a markdown file. Also, I don't care about anything that's a dot, whatever that is, .pbx. Okay, all right, cool. So this limits my search path a little bit, which is helpful, I think. So we have initialize one signal. That's definitely not it. I mean, this feels like this feels like this is it. Like this right here, but I don't see. don't see the initialization thing. All right, whatever, fine. I don't care anymore. We're just gonna move on. All right, so we're gonna do initialize. Oh no, it is it. Oh, it pops up now. It didn't pop up first. So here's what I'm getting at. Here's why I was looking for that. We need to document this, like here in the code. And yeah, I need to create the app ID. I also don't like the fact that we call it new app ID. Should just be called app ID. Anyway, let's put that in there. And then we can do with launch options. And then the way this works is we're just gonna pass it through. So I'll just say launch options like so. Now, I don't have a what do you call that thing? A one signal app set up. So I'm gonna need to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna take the time to make sure that I turn on debugging. Level. We're gonna do info. So if I build this, it's gonna build, it'll succeed. If I run this, it should fail. And I need to run this on my phone. So let me pull up my phone and we'll go ahead and do that. Yes, I want to select that to run. Interesting, it didn't stop the application. Wait, what? They're gonna start the application, one signal. Oh, I see what's happening here. For some odd reason, it selected my extension. I need to be on my app. That was weird. Replace. Okay. So we should, this is right? So we see that we have one signal there and we're getting the error messages from one signal. This is a good thing. It says here, fatal, one signal app ID format is invalid. Hopefully you'll agree that an empty string is in fact an invalid format for an application, for any type of ID, not just for this one signal stuff. So let's come on over to one signal. What's this? I don't need to have this, it's just confusing. Let's log in. And we're gonna create a new thing, and this is gonna be called Devlog. Part of my ad, okay, and we're gonna do Apple, iOS, APNS, all this thing right here. Now, here's the new stuff. So in the past, in order to send notifications, you needed to create a certification, and that was this whole long drawn out process. Now Apple wants you to use their P8, which is just another, it's a file. That's really all it is. And we do have documentation for this. And I think also Apple has documentation. This should point to Apple's documentation. It doesn't. Okay, fine, whatever. That's okay. This is fine. All right, so here's what we are going to get ready to do. What time is it? It's 1 something. So what we're going to do is walk through. Oh, before I do that, let me check some things. Okay, all right. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is walk through how to create this this key. And I'm doing this because I want to add video content to this right here. Sure, we have these words, but I think having a video would maybe make it a little bit easier, maybe. So yeah, let's do that. Let's bring up Safari. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry, I may have went too fast. All right, so from your developer account, what you're going to want to do is look for keys, this link right here. We're going to go to keys, and in order to create a key, you're going to click this button here. But because I have no key, they have a empty state. This is new. I don't think they used to have this. I'm just going to say create a key. And then I need to give it a key name. It really doesn't matter what I name this. The key, or not I'm trying not to say, the key thing for this key is that we need to make sure that we enable the things that we would like to enable. Right, so I want to receive push notifications. That's the whole reason, why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna do this, and we can see what other things we can do. So there's this configuring your apps and websites with an account and organizational data sharing. I don't care. Class kit, I also don't care. Weather kit, don't care right now. So the key name, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it my developer key. I don't know. Development. Register that, and I'm going to download this key. Oh, and I can't re-download it. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to create a new asset. Wait, where are my files? I thought I can do this. Ugh. Okay. So, what I want to do, this is going to be a what? API credential, maybe? I don't know. Perhaps. SSH key. Honestly, this is probably, this is the closest. It's not an SSH key. It's a key for sure. Let's see, this is a key. This is going to be my Apple developer PA key. This is for code and color. Technically, this is. I need to fix this. This is for personal team. Separate. This isn't personal. This is code and color. Technically. Oh, it's locked. God damn it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just do it as a secure node. That's yeah. So there's gonna be Apple P8 development P8 key. Personal team. All right. So any notes? No, not right now. We'll save that. And I should be able to attach a file to here, and that's in my downloads. I want to do this by date added. Here, this is the key. Open that, put it in there, and save it. Also, another thing is I want to add a text field, and this is going to be the key ID. I'll just dump that in there. This is public, it doesn't matter. All right, cool. So now I have all the information I need. I'll go ahead and click done. So now I have my key. The thing with this new P8 key scheme is that you can only have 2 for your entire organization. So that's why this is called development. It's only going to be used for internal stuff. So even if like it leaks, no fucks. I'll just delete it and create another one. Anyway, so I now have my key or whatever. And yeah. Let's see, generate new PA key upload. So this is what we're going to do now. I think that's what we were at. Yeah, that's where we're at. So just choose that file and put the key there. I'm not going to show the key. It's literally just like, it's like a PEM file or something like that. A PEM. Do y'all know what that is? PEM. Show that for you. So PEM file. Here we are. It's just a text file. Like this is literally what it is. So because PEM is a file type, you can have different things, store things as a PEM, and you could do that as a you could do P8 as a PEM file. Anyway, so let's just move on. The key ID is the thing that I know here, and then the bundle ID is going to be il.code and color.devlog. And the team ID is, I have no clue what my team ID is. I think that's in Xcode somewhere. Why is this not? Okay, this is so weird. Okay. Counts. All right, so I got to figure out how to find my team ID. It's a little bit not as straightforward as I would have expected. Maybe this is it. Hopefully this is my team ID. That. So then come over to here, paste that in, save, continue. Let's hope. Yeah, we're gonna do a native iOS application, and it should give me back my app ID. So let's go ahead and do some things. Oh, I'm going to hard code it for now. Actually, I'm not going to do that. That's silly. We'll do private var let one signal. Is it camel case in this, and whatever this language is, Swift? I guess that's okay. Yeah, sure. And we'll just throw that here. So oops, eventually I'm going to put this in the environment and like load it that way, so that this isn't just hard coded here. That way, if I do make this available to others, like all you got to do is set the environment variable and it'll just work. Anyways, let's go ahead and replace the currently running app, and we shouldn't see fatal one signal app ID format, whatever that error is again. Look at that. Device registered with Apple. That's it. We're good. Now, how do I know that we're good? I don't actually, but I can find out. The way you find out is fairly straightforward. I have my Apple platform set up. I'm going to come into audience users, and I should now have a new user. So I have player ID, one signal ID, as well as this thing right here. Now, there's this thing called an external, wait, whoa, what? I don't understand why I'm saying the player ID right now, but okay, whatever. So yes, now I have like this device, and I would love to be able to log in from any one of my devices, and if I send a notification, it'll just go to both, right? So eventually I will likely integrate with what's that thing called, Superbase, so that I can have authentication. Also, I can use, is it Clerk? I think it's called Clerk. Let's see, Clerk authentication. Yes, I can also use this for that as well. I'm not sure if I want to use this. Let's see, if it's free, I will. Yeah, it's free. Yeah, maybe. Okay. I've never used this. That's also part of it, is that like I've never used it, so I don't know how to use it. But let's see if they have an integration for iOS. Oh, they have one for Supabase. Okay, I know how to use Supabase. That's the only one that I really know how to use. Let's see, API. Do they have? Okay, we have React, JavaScript, Node, Go, Ruby. Interesting. So we don't have one for iOS. So this tells me that Clerk is really meant for folks who are doing websites and not anyone who's doing things that, you know, I don't know. All right, that's fine. They do have an integration with Supabase. Clerk embraces the open source. Okay. Integrates with Supabase, our JSON web token template feature. So I could do this. And I guess if I do this, I am going to be learning something new because I've never done this before. Also, they're doing this here. I wouldn't do that. Let's go to Supabase. Let's just go there. All right, so if we come into here, go into resources, we'll see that they have integration for what's that thing called? What do you call it? iOS. Let's see how to integrate with iOS. By the way, I may continue on with YTT Gen soon because like I can build stuff like this. This is kind of cool. All right, log in with Apple. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, that's not what I want. Integrations. Nope. We have JavaScript, Flutter, Python, C#, Python. Okay. Oh, I wonder if. So, like, full disclosure, I've never used Supabase directly with iOS. I've only used it with iOS through Flutter. Use Firebase also. Does Firebase? I thought Firebase is going away. Aren't they supposed to be dying soon? Oh shit, we're here now. 1 second, we're good. Okay. Like, does Firebase even integrate with iOS? I wouldn't use it anyway. I don't like Google. I avoid anything Google if I can. Firebase integration. Firebase SDK, iOS maybe. Maybe I can do the same thing for here. So we'll say Supabase. Base SDK iOS. Oh, it's in the community. Okay, no wonder. All right, cool. I mean, I know that, but I don't. So I'm not the right person for this, but we do have a lot of Google folks at my company who are very keyed in on this. I've been under the impression that Firebase is going away, or I don't know. I don't know, but this is what I've heard. And of course, I don't care enough. I don't care about Android in general. So it's like, I'm not going to go in and look because it's like, I don't care. But for this, yeah, maybe it's important. Okay, so yeah, I can use this right here. So let's see if this handles authentication though. It's usage. Yeah, look, yeah, it does. Perfect. It does handle authentication, which is good because if it didn't, I don't like. Oh my gosh, it would be so painful if I had to fall back to using. Is it NS URL session? Is it still NS in this, or is it UN? I'm sorry, I'm giving away my age. I when I knew about this, everything was NS. So it's like it may not be NS URL session anymore. Oh no, yeah. Okay. Well, this is for local, you know. But I wonder if it's called UN now. UN session. Oh no, UN URL session is what it would be. URL session. if it exists. It doesn't. Okay, so then it must be NSURL session. So yeah, cool. So yeah, I would have to fall back to using that. No. I don't really talk to web devs. No. These are the folks who handle our integrations with all of our stuff, like our partner engineers. So like we have access to the folks who do the things. In fact, some of the feedback that I share with my team is likely going to be sent back to our folks at Apple, and I'll show it eventually if I can get to it. Dealing with live activities, and I can explain it. I'm not going to be able to show it off right now, but essentially the problem is this. It's also important that I show you because you're also learning iOS. Maybe you're interested in this. So the new live activities, if you've seen those, this is the API, is part of Activity Kit. And Activity has this function here, this request right here, which is going to do an HTTP request to Apple to like get your live activity started, right? So part of how a live activity works is that you are going to submit some data in JSON to the app, in quotes, and the app is supposed to decode that JSON, and then it will present, you know, that data in the UI that you've built inside of your live activity. Now, here's the issue. It's really dumb too. If for some reason your JSON that you send doesn't match the type that you specified in your live activity, it'll fail, but it'll fail silently. You will get no indication that the JSON that you sent couldn't be decoded to this type, and the result is you'll submit an update to have a live notification update itself, but it won't update itself. It also won't crash. It also won't log out in the console, hey, you know, this thing failed. So it's really confusing because, like, let's say you're using one signal. On our end, it'll say, hey, this was delivered, it was successful. And then on your end, when you're testing, you'll be like, well, if it was successful, why didn't my data update? And the answer to that is, well, because maybe your type doesn't match your JSON. But how would you know? That's the feedback that we're gonna have to. So yeah. So hopefully, you know, that'll get, you know, wrapped up into whatever the latest version of this stuff is, and yeah, we won't have a terrible developer experience, because that's just a shitty experience. Like, real talk. It's disgusting, actually. It's not good. One thing that I want to add into here before I start moving forward is .m, but for Swift, Xcode, or something like that. .m for Swift. Okay, so we're going to easily add a requirement with Swift PM. Here's some quick copy pastas for you. Actually have never used the command line for that. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I could figure it out, but it's not that important to me to figure it out right now because I have a way of doing this easy. Just come here, package dependencies, just add it, do the link, branch. Wait, should I? Oh, from package name .env package. Swift file. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, they want me to edit my Swift file directly. Nah, no thanks. I'm not doing that. Not right now. All right, so we're gonna do up to next minor version, major version. What version are we on right now? On 3. Okay. All right, fine. So no, you know what? I'm just going to do an exact version. Screw that. 3.0.0. I'm old now. Yeah. you must have some experience, because you're like, I always do exact version. It's like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just do the exact version. Screw this whole range of versions, because like they may ship an update and now I have to deal with it. This is how you know you're old and you've been through some shit. You're just like, you know what? I'm not gonna update these dependencies. Like, I'm cool with old shit so long as it works. We've had the idea to try live activities, but it hasn't really eventuated yet. Well, today's your lucky day. I might be able to get through it today. 9 years. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get by. Yeah. Honestly, I think that you can tell if someone's experience just based off of what they do with their tools. Like, if they're always using the latest, the newest, everything, that it's an indicator. It's not 100%. But it's an indicator that you're fresh and you're new. It's like, yeah, I probably won't want you on my team if you're that person, because it's just like, you're just going to create work for me to do. Okay, let's go ahead and add this package. And the target that this needs to be in is Devlog. Of course, I have two, but the one that I'm going to be using this in is in my Devlog. Go ahead and add that package. And oh my gosh, I've learned to control my anger, but there was a point in my life where I would want to fight somebody if they gave me the "it works on my machine." Like, this is back when I used to work in the office. Right? It's good that I'm here, because like, I can get upset and angry, I can talk shit and yell and all that shit, and like, no. But like, if I'm in an environment, I'm still going to do that, which, because the person's there, is like, makes me, yeah. I legit wanted to fight people when they tell me shit like that, where it's like, it works on my machine. It's like, get slapped. Like, oh my gosh. Thank God for remote work though, right? Like, that's the part that a lot of these business leaders don't think about. It's like, some people act out there, you know, they take action. They're more than just, or just gonna sit in silence and sulk. It's like, nah. No, if I'm angry, somebody else needs to get this anger. I need to get it out of my system and onto the person who caused me to be angry. Anyway, let's see how we do this. So we're gonna import. Wait, this is my package Swift. I don't want to do that. It could be like, yeah, it's. Actually, that was one of the reasons. I think somebody, I'm not sure if he's watching, but he was trying to understand, like, why is Docker, like, why would we use Docker? And I was like, well, that's one of the reasons, where it's just like, you know, you create this package or a container or whatever you call it, or image, and like, if the image works on your machine, then it's more likely to work when you ship it to some other machine that runs Docker. And I'm being very careful to say it's more likely to work, because let's be real, this shit is all built on, like, it's a fragile house of cards. I'm amazed that any of this stuff works, to be honest. All right, what's Swift NIO? Like, what the hell is that? Swift Nino? Swift Nino? No idea. What the fuck is Swift NIO? Like, do I need to learn something else? Event driven network application framework. Okay. Asynchronous event. Okay. For rapid. Okay. Wait. All right. Yeah. Write a sentence. Yeah. Tell me something without telling me anything. Okay. Fine. What problem does it solve? What would I have had to done without this? That's what I want to know. I don't think I'm going to use whatever that is. I shouldn't have to do that. Let's just load. So it says path to my environment, and then var env. All right, I'm going to try to load it. No idea what env.lines does. Oh, maybe it's just going to write out. Okay, so maybe I don't need to do that. And then I can get it from process info. Oh, that's weird. Process info.environment. Okay. Is this Swift env for Swift on a server, or can it be used in iOS? It's my understanding that Swift env should be used. It could be used anywhere. But to be honest, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. In fact, I can also just Google that too. So we'll say Swift .env Swift UI app. Let's see. I'm gonna search on Google. Man, this wall of text, like, it's, oh, okay. Okay, so we have schemes. Yeah, got it. Yeah, understood. What about the environment? Is there some environment stuff in here? Oh, look at that. Environment variables right there. Yeah. So let's see, that's in my build stuff. That'd be under info, general, resource, info. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to get this because, like, honestly, it's just a nice to have. It's not gonna add, you know what? I'm not even gonna spend any more time on it because it doesn't matter right now. Let's do some other things. Let's come to let's enable notifications. So I want to create an in-app message right quick. We'll come to here and we'll go into messages, go to in-app, welcome, new app store, push permission prompt. So this is the one that I'm going to want to do, which is just going to bring up the native prompt or whatever. So we'll come into edit and I want to enable this, and let's also on app open when, yeah, we're going to do on app open, show until dismissed, show forever, how often you want to show this message, every time trigger, well, we'll just say only once. So we'll go ahead and update message. And we'll also want to turn it on. All right, cool. So now it should just pop up. We'll see. We will see. Let's stop this application. Oh, I guess I could have just pressed play. It's in the, wait, this game is like when you click Devlog. Hold on, let's go to that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on the screen right quick. So we say edit scheme is like when you click Devlog at the top next to the iPhone. What do you mean next to iPhone? Middle, top, just under window in the taskbar. Oh, here. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you're talking about here. Okay, edit scheme. Here, argument, environmental. Okay, all right, cool. All right, yeah, good to know. Thank you. That's useful. Maybe I'm gonna have to spend some time like really learning the ins and outs of this, but I tend to use environment variables for things when I can. So maybe I can come up with some best practices eventually over time. But yeah, so let's go ahead and close that out. And I want to get my in-app message to come up. It's not. So I need to figure out why. And I think I know why. It's because I've already opened up the app. So I'm going to come into edit and I'm going to just say, just so like multiple times, every time the trigger conditions are satisfied. So forever, on app open, show until dismissed. Replace. There's nothing about Xcode that's intuitive. Like nothing. All right, so at the moment, I have no idea why the thing isn't popping up. So to fix that, well, not really to fix it, but to get a little bit more insight, I'm just going to go into verbose logging so that I can see more stuff. All right, look at that. So now we get a little bit more information. In fact, we'll go into console log. Oops, that's the wrong console. Is it gonna have the history? No, it's not gonna have the history. Of course not. That would make my life too easy. So we'll just keep it here. All right. So we get set app ID, set launch options, firing, remote notification, none, and iOS parameters, and okay, and that message tracker, IMID influence type unattributed, unattributed. God dang, I've just gotten hungry. Like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:41. Oh, under. Okay, it's about when I eat. Registering the scene, provision, devlog stuff. All right, we should be seeing something for it in that message pop up somewhere. HTTP 200 outcomes, indirect notification. Okay, subscriptions. So I'm starting to like understand, like, because I've actually been like for real dedicating time to learn Xcode. I've learned that most of my hatred of Mac and iOS or Mac OS, iOS, iPad OS, Watch OS, TV OS, soon to be AR OS. Most of my hatred for developing on their platform stems from Xcode. That's like, Xcode is probably responsible for about 80% of the hate that I have for iOS development. The rest of it is just the style of the APIs that they have. Like, it's just so weird. They're so verbose. I don't know, it's a lot. A lot of it is ugly to me. Their editor sucks. Although there are some things that are okay. Like, you do get multiple cursors, for instance. Let's see if I can get mine to work. So if you do Command Option, you can like click and you can do your cursors. It's okay, I suppose, maybe. I prefer using my keyboard for everything. I don't like having to take my hand off my keyboard and use my mouse. And it's a lot of me having to do that. But I do admit that part of that is because I just don't know Xcode very well. So I've been spending time learning some of the keyboard commands and all that kind of stuff just to make me faster. But even then, like, it's still trash. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's still kind of trash. All right, so because I can't get this thing to just pop up, which is what I would like, I'm going to add a trigger, and this is going to be an in-app trigger. The key is going to be called push prompt. It would be whatever you wanted to call it, doesn't really matter. And then we want to say show. I don't know. True. I don't know. Whatever word, it doesn't really matter that much. Can I just update? And I'm going to come here and confirm that that actually took. It did. Okay, cool. So I'm going to come over to my content view, which is not doing anything. Z stack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is fine. All right. So inside of my Z stack, or do I want to put it? Yeah, I'll put it inside my Z stack. That's fine. We'll add a button where the title, can I do that? Yeah, all right, so the title of this button is, wait, hold on. Do I have to give the title? Okay, so I don't have to specify the label here. So the title of this is going to be enable push. And we can do the action like this too. So like we can say action and then like put it in that way, or because Swift is kind of like the last argument in Swift, you can just ignore it and this will be the last argument here. I need to import. Oh shit, it popped up. What the fuck? Whoa. Okay, so I understand now. I understand why this is happening. I don't like it. So the push prompt is only going to show up the first time you launch the app. The problem is I had already launched the app, so I can no longer launch the app for the first time ever again. That's part of the reason why I was creating this button right here, so I can just click the button or tap the button and it'll always just open. Okay, but for what it's worth, this isn't a one signal thing. This is very much just how iOS behaves. You get one shot. If the person ignores it or if they decline, you can never prompt again. The user will then have to go into their settings to enable push. So this isn't a yeah. Preview is dope. Yeah, I had to uninstall it. But then if I uninstall it, here's the other issue. It's not really an issue. It's just more work that I'm gonna have to do. I would have to then come into here and delete my user that was created. Oh, well, shit, now I have to. Fuck. All right, well, whatever. So you see that I have two now. I would have had to come in here and like find this user ID and be like, all right, delete it. Which would mean that I had to open up my HTTP client and do work, which is the opposite of what I want to do. So anyway, it's fine. I know how to enable this, so we're going to just import one signal framework, and where's my button? Inside of here, what I'm going to do is one signal, and then we're going to go to my in-app messages, and I want to add a trigger, which is this one right here, I think. So the key with the value, right? So the key is going to be push prompt, I think. Push prompt. And then the value is going to be show. So what is this doing? Oh, what the fuck? All right, what is this doing? All right, so it's going to cause that in-app message. Oh wow, what just happened here? What's going on with that? Interesting. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so let's. Oops. All right, so this is my real phone, and we're going to replace, and we should see a button. No, we won't see the button because the text. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, I actually don't want this to be. I don't want this to be whatever this is. I'm gonna add this outside of my Z stack. Oops. And I'm also going to put all of this in a V stack like that. Oops. What did I just do? That. And there we are. So we'll place that. I did V. Oh, okay. I did V stack. All right, cool. All right, cool. So I have my button down here, and I'm gonna click it. Oh, I can't click. This is I'm dumb. This is my. I'm okay. All right, I had to tap it on my phone. Trigger condition change. Oh wait, whoa. Evaluating in that message. What happened? Did it not work? Is it that I can never? Okay, all right. Let me also go back to the in-app to change it. For what it's worth, you shouldn't change that one. It's set up so that it conforms to like the requirements of the platform. But I've changed it because of reasons. So let me come in here and edit. And we want to say show forever every time trigger the condition. That's the problem. I can never show it again. Fuck. Alright, maybe I can show the native push prompt. How about that? I'm gonna just show the native push prompt. Where is that at? Content view. Why is this half of my screen now? So we're not gonna do this anymore. We're just gonna do, I forget where it is actually. I may have to consult the docs because we have changed our API a bit, and I don't know where things are. It could be notifications, so. And request permission native. Request permission. Yeah, there we are. Is this an async thing? No? All right, cool, we're good. So yeah, I'm just gonna replace. So we're no longer gonna use an in-app message for this. We're gonna use the native push prompt because the in-app message will only show the first time. And even if I try to trigger it subsequent times, it won't do it because it's been configured to never do that. So let's go ahead and allow notifications. All right, cool. We have our notifications allowed now. If I go back to, also I'm going to change this back to what it was because I shouldn't have changed this. We're going to only show one, show forever. Yeah, update message. Cool. So now this is back to how it should be. And we're going to go back over to my audience, users, and now we get a little check mark right there. So with that, I should be able to come to my messages, come into a new push, and we can say devlog test. And we're going to send this to all of our subscribed users. The title of this is going to be, does it work? Subtitle is nothing. Message is, do you see this? Do you see it? And yeah, we could do an image. Let's do my mug. We'll go GitHub. I am Will Shepherd. We'll take this right here. Copy image link. All right, come to here. Paste that in, and we're gonna take it to here. Oh shit, I forgot I was supposed to be doing my README for my profile. I've never done that. I should do that. Anyway, we'll come here. Actually, no, we're not gonna go here. We're gonna go to my link tree, which is not in my GitHub anywhere. Oh no, it is. Here we are. Okay. I'm like, I don't actually know my URL. All right, yeah, we'll do that. Immediately send to everyone at the same time. What I'm gonna do is, as soon as I send it, I'm gonna switch over to this so that you can see. Oh, all right, I got you. Please work. And we'll do a little bit of praying, you know, just to make sure that the tech gods hear us. All right, so as soon as I send this, I'm going to switch over so that we can see if it pops up. It may not pop up because I think I disabled notifications to show up, but I can swipe down to my lock screen. And maybe I should close or get rid of all these things. There we are, cool. So let's review and send. Send. All right, let's go. Does it work? Please work. Do you see it? That seems to work. Let's. It's not. How do you make it bigger though? Yeah, it takes me. Yeah, there we are. So yeah, it takes me to the thing. And yeah, so if you, well, you can't do this yet, but like if I had an Android app, you would actually see the image. So if let's see, duplicate. Oh, actually, no, it was supposed to look like that. I don't know why. I don't know how to see the full notification, unfortunately. But as you can see, notifications are working. I mean, I got it. I'll send it again. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I should probably add my phone. I actually don't know, to be honest. You think I know, being an iPhone user, but I don't. And here's the reason why. I mostly ignore notifications. So yeah, you're seeing that, but like on my phone, my real phone, my actual phone, I'm kind of bad about like because I don't like notifications are a distraction. I'm like, they're not important. I know all these tech people are trying to convince me that whatever's on this phone is important, but I wasn't raised that way. There's nothing on this phone that matters to me. I'm very much whoever's in my face is what's important. Like whatever is in front of me in actual life is what's important. So I've never really used, you know, a lot of, I don't know. I use my phone for a couple of things, and even then, rarely do I really use it for anything, to be honest. It's almost like a waste of money. I have like, I mean, I buy one every year, and every year that's a lie. So the one thing I do use my phone for is recording video, doing photography, like as my third camera, like as a tertiary camera. Because you know you need your primary shooter camera. You also need like a second body. Typically I have like different camera bodies with me. And then this right here is just nice to have because like it's light, it's portable. I could take it everywhere. And you know, if you're going to certain places when they're like no photography, they mean with a giant camera with a whole rig, I can bring this in and no issues. Yeah, you sound like me. Well, I mean, you're probably also older too, so you probably grew up in a time before all this internet shit came out. And like, you know, I think modern day people, they think that you need it and that it's important and that it's life. I beg to differ. I don't even beg. It's just like, yeah, those people, their lives are miserable. So it's like all they're doing is looking on the internet, comparing themselves to people who don't matter, and they're just like, it's their life. Only notification is on birthdays. I don't even have that. I don't have Facebook though. Well, I have Instagram. Facebook bought them, so like I guess technically I haven't. I have Facebook, but even then, like, this is gonna sound fucked up, but it's like if you're important in my life, I remember your birthday. So I do know some of my friends' birthdays. I know my family members, some of my family members' birthdays. The people who matter to me, I know their birthdays. I will not just say happy birthday to someone if it's via notification. And here's why. They ever tell me happy birthday? Probably not. So, so it's like a, you know, it goes both ways. He's like, I have it so I can have Facebook login. I have actually created an account so that I can do that as well, to be honest. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we have a notification. Cool, that's all fine and dandy. We've also seen that technically an in-app message will work. I'll need to create a separate in-app message that I can always launch. You know what? How about let's do that? Let's go to one of these messages. Yeah, cancel. I don't care. Okay, just go away. So how about I do welcome message? Let's enable this right here. Resume, and I want to add a trigger for this, or at least oh shit, what did I just do? Let's come here and look at the trigger. I don't want this to happen when the app opens. I want certain conditions, and then we're going to add an in-app trigger, and this is going to be welcome, and then we want to say show until dismissed, show forever, every time trigger conditions are satisfied, and we'll go ahead and update that message. We'll come back over to here, and oh shit, I guess I'm going to keep that, and we'll say we'll add another button. I'm not going to type that. That's too much effort. All right, audio went out for a little bit. So this is going to be show in that message, show welcome message. And we're going to come into our in-app messages namespace, and we're going to add a trigger. The trigger is welcome, and we're going to say, what is it? Oh, not triggers. What the hell? Trigger. With value. Shit. Oh, show. I'm like, what is the value? All right, cool. Man, look at that, man. I haven't seen some of this in so long. Where was I? Where is this? Is this Africa? Or was this when I was flying? Like I used to like this helicopter. I was in a helicopter doing some shit once, photography stuff. So it's like some of this could be like Africa. Some of it could be when I was doing some other stuff in life. All right, look at that. Show welcome message. I should probably add some padding, you know, just a little bit. We'll do .all maybe. I think that's the default. We'll add some padding to that too. See what it looks like. Replace. One day. Yeah, we are. All right, cool. So let's show our welcome message. There we are. Woohoo! Yeah, we get a welcome message. If they had work Facebook accounts, I would delete personal. Don't they like? They probably not, because Facebook is there. You know, they're trying to be all up in your business. I hate Facebook. Like I hate Facebook on principle. Not even from a like, oh, people use it. It's more like from a principle thing. I think they're a disgusting company, and their technology is disgusting too. Like it's like all these tech companies, they're doing things under the premise of, oh, we want to connect people, but that's bullshit. They don't. They want to make money. Like, let's be real. And that's like, it's the love of money that's the root of evil, and these tech companies love it. So in my mind, they are the root of all evil. Anyways, I have my little thing working. We'll close that. Cool. We have an in-app message. We have notifications. Now let's get into the live activity, which I think is what you wanted to see. So let's see how quickly we can get that implemented. In order to do a live activity, you need to first add a widget extension to your project. So I'm going to add a new target, and I'm going to look for a widget extension right here. And we can give it a name. For this, I guess we can call it, I don't know, just live activity, maybe. I don't know, Devlog widget. I'll just call it live activity. Screw it. Live activity. No, this is because technically, this is weird. So like, you can have your widget, and they're the same. So we're going to call this the Devlog widget. Widget. Include live activity. That's the thing that you need to make sure you have. Include configuration intent. Do I need a configuration intent? Sure. Don't activate that. And now we have our new thing. Okay, so we get the bundle, which is going to include our widget as well as our live activity. Here is our live activity, which this is the what do you call it? Which one is which? I'll get into which one is which later. But in any case, this is the live activity right here, and you'll notice that there are a few different things that you're probably gonna build UI for. The first one, this right here, this is just our general notification widget, like it's not the actual thing. Here is for iOS 14 Pro and above in the future, our dynamic island right here. And you'll notice that within the dynamic island, we also have our compact leading, our compact trailing, and our minimal. I'll show what that is in a bit. These are our previews. So, you know, we have multiple previews. We have one, and in fact, I can just show it here. That's easy to do. So let me restart that. We'll make this full screen. Okay, this is what the island compact looks like. It's just the pill. And this is the left leading, and then this is the trailing leading. Is that what it's really called? Is it trailing? I think it's called trailing. Yeah, they call it leading, and then this is trailing. I don't know, I don't just call it left or right, but you know, whatever. So this is the leading, this is the trailing, and then if we expand it, you see here we get the full leading, and then full trailing, and then bottom. So we have 3 different areas that we can put content in our UI for a live activity. And then here's the minimal. You'll see here, it's the one that's the second pill that's to the right of the big pill. And then the notification is what this is, where it says hello. That's the live activity notification. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but yeah, there it is. I want to say you can also, you can like put other stuff in here too. So if you've ever used Uber, for instance, and they have that little car and the little, where it is, that's where this would go, is here. Okay. Outside of that, there's also the attributes. So is there not code folding? Oh, okay. Hold on. Did I just discover that there's no code folding in this goddamn godforsaken editor? Xcode code folding. Okay. How do you fold the fucking code? I shouldn't have to watch a fucking video to figure that out. Like, how it, like, what the fuck? It's that intuitive that, like, I had to go and Google how to do something that I figure out how to do in every other editor I've ever used in my life within seconds. Color changed on the gray bar. How do I delete this breakpoint though? Like that's, yeah, get rid of that. It says that it says that it's part of Xcode. It's a feature. All right, let's see. Folding. Code folding. All right, where is that at? Under editor, code folding. Okay, let's go there. Code folding. Oh, it's under a dumbass command. Instead of having a UI for it. Okay, Apple. Fine. Do you? All right, so this is option command. I don't know if this is going to work for me because I have keybinds on my machine. I don't know if this is going to conflict. Oh, no. That works. Okay. Oh, look at that. They have this whole dumbass animation. It's like, I would like to disable that animation. I don't like it. So this is how you do it. It's command, option, left, and right. Left is going to fold. Right is going to unfold. Okay. Now I think I could do a better job explaining some of this. So this is where we're going to put the things that can change in our activity, right? So whenever we do an update, this value is going to be the thing that gets put into the thing majig. Then we also have name. Let's see if we're using the name. Oops. Oh wait, is that not how you do it? Oh, do I have to like literally be in it to? Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, let's see. We're not using the value anywhere, are we? Or name? No, we're not. So what we can do is grab all of that stuff from context. So I'm going to put in context. Wait, where is it at? Oh, here we are. Context right here. So I'm going to do context dot date value. Is it because I gave this a integer? Probably. I'm gonna make it a string. Yeah, simple solution. I'm sure I could have just did string like that. I think I could do that. I'm gonna change it back to int. Although I prefer it to be a string. So yeah, I'm undoing that. We're gonna keep it as a string like that. So now, if we come into here, it's upset because it's like, oh, it should be a whatever. And I'm like, that's cool. It's going to be this. So I am Will. Wait, I am Will that person. All right. And then this value is going to be, look at me. All right, cool. All right, so we see look at me here. I don't think I'm using name anywhere right now. I should probably do that though. The question is, how do I get to the name? No idea. Oh, attributes. I'm tripping. It's in the attributes dot name. So we'll say hello, whoever I am. So hello. Delete that, and then we'll do some of that. We'll do. I think it's this. It's some weird shit like that. Hello that, like that. All right, so hello, I am Will Shepherd. Cool. So we now have a live activity. What I'm going to do is get this set up so that I can show that the name can change. But before I do that, I need to put this thing in here somewhere. So the thing that I'm going to want to change is this value right here. So we're going to put that in the bottom right here. So let's pull out context. State, we're going to get the value out like that. So that's what's going to show up in our bottom, which is just look at me right now. Our leading, yeah, we'll leave that alone. We won't worry about that. I'm mostly just showing how to get this set up. So I now have my live activity, all that other kind of good stuff. Now I need to go back over into my code base and like new this live activity up. So this right here, I need this to be available in more than one place. So what I'm going to do is click on this file and come into over here. What is this called? Whatever this icon is. And I need to make sure that it's available in my build target. Yo, what's up, Yanni? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and click Devlog here so that I now have access to it in my Devlog target. And then You have to. I don't care. Like, just reopen it. God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna start Xcode. I've learned that this is how you fix Xcode issues. You just you restart Xcode, and most of the time it comes back up. What does FFS Xcode? What is that? What does that mean? Yeah, it's, you know, I'm sure you've learned that this is what happens in Xcode development. Shit just doesn't work. All right, so now we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna say show live activity, or we're gonna call it start live activity, because technically that's what you were gonna do. Start live activity. Live activity. And we're gonna just delete that. Go into our live activities, start, or enter, I think is what we now call it. And then we need to give it an activity ID. So the ID, it's arbitrary. It's how we, because Apple doesn't provide this. That's the thing. So this is how you can keep track of different live activity campaigns for all of your different, you know, users or whatever. It gives you a one-to-many relationship, which you can't do with Apple. So we're doing that for you. So this is just going to be my devlog. Yeah, we'll just call it devlog. The token, I'm going to need to get a token. And then with success, there's going to be some things here. Technically, I don't need that. This is optional. But I am going to need to provide a push token. Well, in order to do that, I need to get that token. So let's actually do that. Let's do name for this. I'm going to create this inside of a function, I think, so that it's a little bit easier to reason with. Something like that. Okay. I think I can put the function here, maybe. Oh, it's not function, it's font. If you aren't starting Xcode 2 or 3, you ain't developing hard. Man, do you even have to develop? Sometimes you can just open it and it'll just stop working. You don't have to do anything. We're gonna start our live activity. Yeah, I'm not gonna take anything in here. All right, so this is where we're actually gonna call this thing inside of here eventually. We don't have the things that we need, but we are gonna get that soon. In fact, I'll go ahead and say that. We'll say let token equal, we're gonna do it later. Let's just call the function start live activity, like so. So now we're done with our UI component. Now we can come into here and do the things that we're gonna need to do. So there's a lot of things to live activities. The first thing is we need to configure the thing, like the live activity. So I am going to first import the widget? I think that's what it's called. Yes, yeah. Import. It's not widget. It's the thing that I was talking about earlier. Activity kit. There we are. And I should also look at, and the reason why I'm not referring to docs anymore is because we don't have docs for this. I mean, we do, but they're so incomplete to where it's I already know that they're missing. So this is, that's why I'm not going to be switching back and forth to docs this time. So If you found that helpful last time, apologies, I can't do it this time. Anyways, we're going to create our live activity attributes. I'm just going to call it attributes. And the name of my live activity is called Devlog live activity, this thing right here. So I want to create the attributes for this. Devlog widget attributes, live activity attributes. Is that what I called it? What is this thing called? Devlog. Oh, it's just called Devlog widget attributes. Oh, that's a terrible name. Okay, but whatever. We're going to do that. And because this is a struct, I can just do this. And you see here that there are a couple of things. There's a from and a name. I want to say that from is not what I want because this is a decoder, a decodable thing. So I want to do name. And the name, well, right now it's going to be hard coded, but eventually when I incorporate Supabase, it's going to be from my my auth profile, my profile from auth, whatever. But for now, we're going to say I am Will Shepherd, like so. That's the name. Next thing is we need to create our content state. And there is a function that enables us to do that. Content state corresponds. Ooh, why is that still there? Wow, those multiple cursors stayed even after Xcode crashed and I reopened it. That's interesting, to say the least. All right, let's go back. All right, so let's go ahead and create. Oh, I'm sorry, I was supposed to show the state. This is what the state is. This right here. So you need to give it an initial state. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna come here and we're gonna say let's content state. Dude, 5 a.m. Where are you? Wait, where are you at? And thank you. Like, I really enjoyed the conversation. It's been nice. For what it's worth, you can follow up on YouTube. All of these they get saved on YouTube. So yeah, just pick up where you left off. Australia. Oh shit. Oh, all right. Wow. Okay. I actually had a former coworker who used to live in Australia, which is interesting. All right, yeah, go to sleep, man, and thank you for joining. I definitely enjoyed having you. Appreciated it. All right, so for this content state, I'm going to come to my attributes like this. Oh, New Zealand. One of my coworkers used to live in New Zealand. I think she moved back a year or two ago. I may talk to her. I need to reach out to her at some point today. But man, all right, cool. Man, maybe I'll come out there and visit when I'm in that region. I'm going to that region of Earth in a few months. But yeah, go sleep, bro. 5 a.m. That's late as fuck. And don't you gotta go to work tomorrow? Like, peace, bro. All right, so we're gonna do this content state, and you'll see here that there's only a value. Right now, we're just gonna put in a value. I don't have a good value, so I'm gonna just throw in. I don't know, we'll say that song. We'll say one song because it's night time for him. So we'll say one song. There we are. Cool. So now that we have our content state, there's also the how do I say it? We need to actually create the activity content. It's so weird. So the only reason why we did this was to get the struct, and now we need to actually create the content. So we'll say let content equal, and this is going to be activity content. This comes from ActivityKit, and we see here that it takes state. That's what content state is. That's why we just did that. And it also takes a stell date, which is when is it supposed to be stell, whatever. So for state, we're going to put in content state, and for stell date, we can just use we'll say a calendar.current date. And then what I want to do is not from, I want to do by adding, like that. So I'm going to add do a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, we'll do by adding .minute. And then how many minutes. So this, I'm just gonna make, I'm gonna make 15 minutes. And then the 2 is going to be just whatever the current date is. Like, just like that. We don't really need to do anything else. And I think that should be good. Can this give me a nullable or optional? Okay, you see, this gives me an optional date. I don't want an optional date. I want an actual date. So I am going to need to do that so that it's an actual date. Okay, so now I have my content. Now I can do this asynchronous request. So that's where the activity.request thing comes in. So we're going to do a do. And we're going to, yeah, we're just going to say for. Then we're going to wait. And then there's going to be some data that we're going to get from our activity. Wait, where is my activity? Oh, I need to create my activity. So I am going to create my activity as state. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that, but that's what I'm doing. At least that's what I've done in the past. So we're going to do state. And we're going to say private var activity. Activity, and we need to give it a type, so it's going to be an activity of my, what is it called, what did I call it? Devlog widget. Devlog widget attributes. Right, and then because this can be nullable because it won't exist initially, I need to make it optional and then give it a default value of null. Cool. Next thing I'm going to do is also set an activity ID. So you may have noticed that I made up one. I'm just going to refactor a little bit. So activity ID, that's going to be equal to devlog. Actually, I'm going to call it the devlog. Maybe I won't use spaces here. So we'll say the devlog like that. All right, and now I'm going to paste that here. And now we can do activity like we were doing before. And then we can say this. Because at this point, the activity should exist. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I first need to do the call. Let's delete that. I first need to set activity, I think. Is that what I called it? Activity? Activity, yeah. So I first need to set activity, and the way I do that is I'm going to do a network request to Apple using activity kit. So we'll do, oh, come on, we're going to do capital activity dot request. So this is actually going to send out all the stuff, and I'm going to give it attributes, our content, as well as the type. So the first thing is our attributes. So you'll notice that I already have the attributes. All I need to do is pass in attributes. Attribute right here, and maybe I should call it, yeah, attributes. I want that to be the same. And then our content, you'll notice that I've already done that. That's here, content. So we'll just delete all that, put that in there, and then I need to specify the push type. The push type informs like the system, how is it going to be updated. So I'm just going to do dot, is it token, I think, like that. All right, so that's going to give us back thing, like it's going to do the thing. Why is this tripping? Oh wait, maybe if I do the catch, maybe it'll leave me alone. Yeah. And I want to move this to up here because eventually I'm going to use it up here. All right, cool. So now I'm going to create this request. Wait, error strong. Immutable variable value error was never used. Okay. Fine. I'll just print it. Error dot local. Yeah, there we are. Cool. So then it should leave me alone. All right, cool. So this request, this is like a HTTP response. So I'm going to need to grab some data out of that response. So let's create a task, and we're going to do this for await the data in activity. And now at this point, we know that it exists because, hey, we just assigned to it. And if it fails, it will come out to this catch here. So that's why we are saying that it does exist. We're going to say push token updates. And now we can actually get our push token from here. So we're going to do let token equal. Oh, by the way, the token is like hex encoded or something like that, which is why we're going to do this mapping right here. We're going to map. So we're going to call map, and we can convert this into a string. So we're going to do a string, and then inside of here, we're going to say the format like that. And then we need to give it the format. So because this is hex, it's going to be %0 to x, something like that. All right. Now, because this is Swift, I can just say $0. So like whatever argument, like whatever, and it's not instance, whatever element we're in, that's what this $0 is going to represent. So at this point, I now need to like take all of this an array. I now need to join it so that it gets me back a single string. All right, so now that's my token. So what I can do is take this, push this up here, and then we'll say with token, like so. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Token, like that. All right, cool. So that should be enough to get a live activity started. And I should be able to make updates pretty soon. So let's start, and unlock my phone. Says, oh, okay, here we are. Cool. Okay, look at that. So we see start live activity. Let's start the live activity. The operation couldn't be completed. Target does not include NS activities. Oh shit. Okay. All right. There's one other thing I have to do. I forgot. So we need to come into this info here, and we can add a key. And this is going to be live activities or something like that. Why? Okay. Search doesn't work. Of course not. Oh, maybe it's not this one. Maybe I need to come into Devlog like here. Oh, maybe we do have that as an instruction. Let me see if we have that part as an instruction to make sure that you enable thing. Supports live. Okay, that's what it is. Supports. Okay. Come into here, and it supports. Come on, man. Like, supports live activities. Here we are. We want that to be true or yes. That's why it didn't work. Okay, so we'll do that, and let's rebuild this. Is there a way to develop iOS apps using VS Code, or do we have to use Xcode? You can use VS Code to edit your code, but I mean, yeah, you're going to end up doing a lot of stuff in Xcode. Otherwise, you're going to have to learn a lot about the build path and all of the tooling that Xcode is using in the background. It may not be worth the effort. Also, you won't get a lot of the code completions. Well, not code completions, but like value completions. So these plist files are literally just XML files. VS Code doesn't know what potential values or things you can put in there. All right, let's try to start this live activity again. Success, look at that. So now we'll scroll down. And yeah, all right, we're gonna allow. Hello, I am Will Shepherd. So at this point, what I wanna do is update my live activity. So let's pull up a HTTP client. I hate that they renamed this like PAW is such a better name. Like I don't want to have to type rapid API. That's stupid to me. Okay, this is going, all right, this is how you create your request. You're gonna have the event update, and this is on our docs for OneSignal. And then our event updates. So we only have one thing, which is value, and that thing must be a string. So we'll make that a string, and then we'll put in a string in here. We'll say hello. And I need to delete the rest of these. Name. Not sure what name is supposed to be actually. I'm just gonna say demo. And I give it a stale date, and this stale date is computed, so I'm just saying it's going to be local time. Stale date delta is going to be, let's say 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. Okay, this isn't going to work yet because the app ID and the activity ID are not set yet. So the activity ID is going to be what? It was in here somewhere. Devlog. Okay, so we'll do that. Devlog. Okay, and then wait, I need my REST API key for this. The app ID is going to be where's my app ID? Devlog app. This. All right, so wait, did I? Yeah, I pasted. Okay, so we have that, and now the authorization is going to be this REST API key, which doesn't exist yet. So let me go ahead and create a new app. And where are we at? Here. So we'll create a new app, and this is going to be my devlog. App ID is the thing that I just put in there, and then yeah. Oops, fuck. Give me a second. Values, secure value. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna need to get my REST API key from the app, which is here, settings, keys, IDs, REST API key. Copy that. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste that in. Give me a second. That's gonna be a secure value. Okay, cool. So now we have the REST API key, which should set this up. Cool. Let's see if we're all good. Let's see. All right, we get a 201 created. Cool. And I just realized that fuck. I'm gonna have to show this on my simulator. So let me just stop this app here. The reason why I had to show it on the simulator is because this is an iPhone 12 that's on my desk, and I don't use my iPhone 14 Pro for development yet. Maybe when the 15 or 16 comes out, I will. But for now, I'm going to use the simulator so that we can actually see the updates happening in the dynamic island. That's why we probably won't see the thing. Also, before I can also go and check to see my delivery stats to see, yep, it should have worked. Perfect. Okay. Is it just taking a long time? Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So we're gonna say enable push, allow, start live activity. Look at that, cool. Then we're gonna come down to here to allow it. And then I'm just gonna go to the home screen. All right, so we see Wanshang. But if I were to update this, it should pop up and say Niha. If it worked, it may not have worked. And part of this is we're gonna have to we're gonna see like what's happening. Okay, so we have body. Yeah, that's what should have happened. Okay, so value. Let's see if I'm even using the value, because I also need to make sure that that's what I'm putting in the bottom. Context, I state that value. Yeah, I am. Perfect. Okay. So then that should have changed to Nihao. It didn't. So we're gonna have to debug. It's probably something simple in my setup. Give me a second though. I need to respond to my mom. By the way, I'm going soon because my mom she just said she's on the way. Wow, what happened? Okay, there we are. It still says that. What did we get? It should have come up with Nya. Oh, what is this? Failed. Which one failed? I don't see anything that's missing here. I don't see anything that's obviously wrong. So we have our leading, all this. So like I would expect this to essentially to update whenever something happens. All right, so I think here's what I'm going to do, just to tie this together. Instead of doing this right here, I'm going to string interpolate this. We're going to do context. Oh yeah, context dot state dot value, which initially should be Wanshang. And then we're also going to do the same thing here where we just have that. All right, cool. So we'll replace this. Well, before I do that, let me stop the live activity. So we'll lock the screen. Not really sure why. I don't know. Something's going on with my audio again. Okay. We'll do maybe later. Okay, so we have our live activity now. All right, and if we lock, always allow, and we have Wanshang. All right, so wonder if maybe I don't wonder if anything. All right, so let's try to do the thing. No, that should have updated. It didn't. All right, now I got to make sure that all this is right, the app ID and all that. So app ID, that looks like it could be right. 8G, yeah, 8D. Okay, that's right. Bearer, yeah, I guess that's right. Who knows? Sell date. Technically, I don't need the sell date. I'm gonna not include that for right now. Name, demo, value. Yeah, all that should work. I think value, I think I defined that as a string. Yeah, I did. Yeah, value. Yeah. All right. Come to my audience right quick. Oh, that's not great. Okay. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do to try to fix this. So let's first delete the applications. Also stop. Yeah. Delete. Okay, let's try this again. So we're going to start the thing. And also, I'm going to delete some devices right quick. Let me open up my client. And do I have... Where are my device things at? App management. Here we are. So I want to delete device. Let's see. Player ID. I'm going to delete... Oh, come on. I didn't want to do that. Just let me select it. All right, so we'll delete that. And I'm also going to delete this. Okay, it didn't let me select, so I just had to do it this way. Okay, so we'll delete this app. And let's go back and refresh it, just make sure. Yeah, we're good. So it's saying never prompted, all right, whatever. So let's see if we can get this to prompt. So we'll say enable push, allow. It shouldn't have worked. Like typically you can't receive push notifications on a simulator, but we get the thing there. All right, cool. And let's start a live activity. Okay. And let's refresh this to see if that's saying bad anything. Nope. Okay. So now let's go back to my live activity and push an update. Still nothing. Does it say bad? Oh shit. Okay. The APN device token is invalid or environment is incorrect. Please. Okay. So this is a setup issue. It's not a one signal thing. Let me make sure that my push token is actually indeed what I'm thinking that it is. Maybe it's not. So we'll say print, and we'll say my token is token. All right, we'll replace, and we're gonna rerun this again. So we'll say yeah, allow, whatever. Oh, interesting. I'm not getting any output. Interesting. Okay, let's stop that. Oh, dude, I just saw it come. My bad, Yanni. Oh, I guess you only just said one thing. My bad. Okay, so let's start live activity. All right, look at that. So my token, this is my token. We're in the activity, okay. It is still saying a bad APNS token. Yeah, still. Shit. Okay, well, I am not gonna figure out how to fix this right now. I will do that later. But for now, I mean, we got a lot of things covered actually. We have most of it in place. Let me go ahead and do a commit. So let's make sure this is all live activity related. User data. Don't think I want that. Okay, yeah. Add live activity. Cool. All right, so what have we done? We've built a live activity. We've got it to launch. I'm dealing with a little issue to get it to like actually update, and it has something to do with potentially my PA cert that I created earlier. I may have to go and like do stuff that I don't know that I need to do. Actually, before I move forward, let me, if I have Safari still open, maybe I can see. So let's come here, edit. Let's see, account class. I was thinking maybe there was something else that I needed to do here, but no, it doesn't seem that way. Profile. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what I need to do. It could be on the Apple side that I need to go and do some things, but technically everything is complete. Like, you know, figure out the Apple side, this will all just magically work. I may do that. Might be back later today, maybe, probably not. But anyways, if you've been hanging out with me so far, I do appreciate it. If you enjoy what you saw, think about liking. You know, that definitely helps. It makes me actually want to, it doesn't really make me want to do it, but it gives me more energy to continue doing this. So if you're getting any kind of value, like for free, just click on that button that says like, or follow me on what's the thing, Twitch. I have a goal to get to 256 followers. Or you can subscribe to me on YouTube if you're not into Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out next time. I do want this to be more community driven. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.